All right, everybody. Well, hey, we are, you are in time. We have our next amazing social media expert who's doing some great stuff. I'm honored to be interviewed on this guy's podcast. He has joined us all the way from India, my buddy, Jeffrey Boopathy. And you may recognize him from the Teen Whisperer podcast, but this guy has a passion for social media, helping others accomplish big things. He's doing some great stuff out there, not only doing stuff for his own promotion stuff, but also working with other clients and entrepreneurs like you guys as well out there. So, Jeffrey, welcome to International Social Media Day, man.
Thank you so much, Scott. Actually, for thinking of me, inviting here. It really means a lot because it's midnight right now, and I never even given a single thought like, is it worth it? Damn it, it's not. It definitely is more than worth ever because it's really crazy, and I actually, it's really I'm kind of out of words maybe. So I'll try to do my best, but like many people have already spoken before, so I don't know what I'm going to speak right now. Let's see.
Well, yeah, you're doing a great job. Yes, it's midnight there. And what part of India again? Where exactly?
It's South India. It's called Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu? Did I pronounce that correctly? Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, Nadu.
Okay. South India. We'll go with South India there.
Yeah, South India.
That'll work there. So I think you put together some slides on some of the best practices that you see working and kind of doing some things out there. So you want to bring that, you want to hit the share the screen.
Yeah, of course. Just a second.
See here before, and then I'll stay in and comment. And as we take questions from either our Zoom audience or our Facebook Live audience out there. We got people all across the world. There we go. Content marketing within seconds. I love that. Now you just got to put it in presentation mode.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Is it good?
Yeah, looks good.
So just a disclaimer. Yeah, sure. Just a disclaimer before putting into that. And my name is Jeffrey, and I'm pursuing MBA right now. So I'm a video editor, and I do audio editing, a little bit of graphic designing, and a little bit of digital marketing, and a little bit of content stuff and all. So basically, I do whatever makes people like have a their business looks like outstanding other than from other businesses. So it's kind of really hard, creating a brand and stuff and all. So I'll do my best, to give, because it's actually really easy to create content, but it's actually extremely hard to manage that content unless you have like a really big production team. But if you're starting out and if there are people, you have the money, but you actually have some more time and you just want to learn some new things and all, then these slides might be of really use to you. So, okay. So I'll show you what's the agenda for the session right now. So these are the 4 things that we're going to see. So basically my job is what I do for my clients is, like I said, to stand out from other businesses. So the first thing that we're going to see is how to have an aesthetic feed. Now, in the last session, a person was talking about, I couldn't actually remember a name. She was talking about Pinterest boards. That's actually really an awesome thing, because I was actually, doing some of my Pinterest, and I really had like thousands of people viewing it. But kind of recently, I'm, went out of my time on that. So having an aesthetic feed, it'll be on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, which is a big thing right now. And this is actually really important stuff. Sorry. And the second is why collaboration is actually better than competition. This is, if you're a podcaster, you will know this better than anyone right now, okay? Because big companies like, big car companies are actually doing collaboration because that's the only way to survive in the market. Okay, as far as that I have known, it's the only way to survive in the market right now. But the next point, you can see that researching your competition. Now, some of your competition must be not doing so well in the field, but still they can earn a lot. Okay, so you must be having a thought that maybe I can solve people's problem better than my competition. So in that case, what can I do? For that is researching your competition. And the final one is audio and video branding. We'll definitely see that because I actually do a lot of stuff on that. So we will explain on that. So the first is, having an aesthetic feed. Now, I have given some, tools here, and some of you are familiar with, some of you may not. Now, as you can see on the right side, there are some, a feed is there. Now, I'll actually show you my Instagram feed itself. This is how it is. as you can see, Instagram is not actually a search engine. It's kind of like you can search it on using a hashtag, but rather than that, you can't actually search a lot, like like channel repurposing content or evergreen content, something like that. And I actually interviewed Scott Cousin also, and it will be releasing next week. In case if any of you are interested, you can check that out as well. I'll go to my slides. So to have an aesthetic feed, you will need you can use these kinds of tools. So first is photopea.com. Now, if you are someone who's interested in learning Photoshop, and of course it's really costly right now, and if you don't have the money to pay for it, you can go and use that, because it's actually a free form of Photoshop. It's an online, so you can download it, free images for that. You can edit sometimes. And the next is remove.bg. Now, I know people will pay like $5 to $10 for removing people's background. Okay, like sorry, you can removing backgrounds. I know $5 is not a big amount, but still, if you go to this website now, I'll show you right now. Okay. Now
this is a cool tool to be able to take a good photo and put it in a different background, right?
So if the only catch is that you should have like some sort of high definition tool. Now I will actually show you some of the pictures that I actually edited of Scott Cousins. Now I'm sorry, man. So this is something that I actually edited out of him. It took me so long to find this picture, but this actually will be coming out next week and the weeks in the things like that. I'm sure you were able to see this. So this is how
you see the background BG, the remove BG page.
Oh, that one. Just a second. I'll just
gotta hit new share.
Here it is. Can you see that? Now, it actually, I kind of, Mr. Scott, I'm really sorry, but I actually kind of went all the way down to your Facebook feed to find the pictures. Okay, I created out of that. Okay, so I mean, like I removed the background from that image and a little bit of adjustment, like like the brightness and stuff. So see, this is actually my kind of photo editing and stuff for my content. I posted in my Instagram and stuff. So you will have your own, and that's totally fine. But the thing is that you can actually easily use these kinds of content in order to create really good images. So remove.bg is actually, that's one. And Canva, of course, most of the ones are aware about can use that. And some of people actually talked about it earlier before, so no worries on that. And the fourth one is Tailwind. So it's actually an Instagram and Facebook kind of scheduling content. Sorry. So the first person I think you actually got from buffer.com, and I was really astonished because Buffer is actually a really great tool for Instagram scheduling, and Tailwind is kind of less cost when it comes to that Instagram scheduling. So these are the things in case if you want to have an aesthetic feed. Now I will definitely share this in the comments or anywhere below. You can get that. So let's move on to the next. Now, collaboration is better than competition. Like I said before, many people are collaborating. I mean, like the first point I said, interview your target market. I actually got $100 for editing a video just for a test run from someone who I actually interviewed on my podcast. That was after Mr. Scott Carson. So I actually want to thank you, Mr. Scott, Scott, for doing this, because maybe you're a lucky guy, you're a lucky charm. After you, I actually got $100. So yeah, so you have to interview your target market. So let's say, for example, now let's say, for example, like, okay, so I'll take myself for example. So I'm a video editor. So I actually literally have the opportunity to edit anyone's videos, personal videos, professional videos, business videos, whatever it is. So I can interview literally anyone who does video content online. So that's something that you can use there. And Facebook groups, what you're in right now, you are seeing this somewhere around in Facebook. So you can use that in order to collaborate with people, and you can actually do business with them itself. Okay, and we can go against your competition and stuff. So I'm not much into competition, because I don't know, because from my childhood, the people always say that you should get first rank and people should get the second rank and stuff. That kind of irritated me from the childhood itself. So I hate the word competition, but it's good, it's healthy, but still, there should be no jealousy over competition. That's my only point. And the next is Telegram groups. I don't know how many of you are aware of this. It's actually quite popular in India. So there'll be like tons of groups on Telegram, and you can actually go there and communicate with people. The retention, not retention, actually the return on investment on Telegram group, the time you spend on Telegram groups is actually really much when it's compared to Facebook group, as far as I have observed. And the next is WhatsApp. Of course, everyone knows this was owned by Facebook. So a number messaging app, you can grow that. And final, the most important one, and how I actually got into this place right now, is because of that podcasting. I made an interview of Scott Carson. I don't know what he actually saw in me in order to, get me here, but still, I am actually really proud of it. So you can do that podcasting in order to collaborate, because you are not spending a dime in doing podcasting. Of course, the equipment is, all of that is here, but no one is paying you, or you are not paying anyone to be on your podcast, or someone to be in your podcast. So it's actually really an amazing value providing stuff. So make sure you do that. And so next is research your competition. Now this is something, because when I was starting out, I actually thought of, will there any my local competitors will be there? Of course, because sometimes people might get jealous. They might hit you, like hit your website or hack something. That will always be happen. We have seen many companies fall like that. So I actually checked my local competition, and first thing I did is that I kind of texted them. It's these three things actually come in hand in hand. I sent their contact email. Okay, there'll be like in the website, there'll be at the end, there'll be something called contact. So I sent them an email, fill their contact forms, and guess what? None of them responded, not even a single one. So I kind of like got really happy, because if you guys aren't actually responding online, I can do that pretty much. I mean, like, I don't have a team, but still I'm pretty much active online, because I have my phone like with me 24/7. I will have my phone in my hand. So whenever someone goes onto my website or anything like that, I will definitely kind of catch them during using my Facebook pixel or anything like that. So I was kind of happy that, there was no local competition for me, but my kind of target audience is mostly worldwide, because I love working people who are outside India. I mean, I'm not against working with people inside India. I still have a client in India, but I don't know, maybe it kind of gives me new experiences. So I think that's what you should also do, because if you are trying so much, putting competition, doing advertisements against them inside your local stuff, there are 7.7 billion people in the world, 500 million businesses are there. So if you go global with whatever business you have, because in today's world, anyone can work from anywhere. So yeah, I think if you do that, it will be really great. And the last is audio and video branding. Now I'll actually, this is going to be really interesting, because the audio and video branding, first point, I'll go to that later actually. Second point, Scott, I don't know whether you remember this or not. We were talking about TikTok when we were on the podcast. Unfortunately, TikTok is banned in India right now.
Wow.
Yes. The number one country which was actually using the TikTok is actually banned. And I don't know why, maybe due to the Indo-China war or something like that. I don't know, maybe politics. I simply have no idea. But still, as far as the news I've heard, they have banned actually 59 Chinese app. So TikTok, Cam Scanner, Share It, UCam, many apps has been actually banned. So that's one of the reasons I actually typed this before it was banned. So I actually typed TikTok booming. That's the only thing I was actually typed. But after the ban, I just added an extra point, like, but not everywhere. So obviously in various other countries, TikTok is also really good. The only thing is that if you're putting on TikTok, you can be professional, but please kind of add a little bit of entertainment to it. If you add that, trust me, your video branding will go off the hook. And consistency is really important. Just if you could post around like 200 to 300 videos, and that's it, you will be boom. You will definitely boom in TikTok. I can assure you that. So the second, so the first point I'm actually going to that is example as Gary Vee. Most of the people knows Gary Vaynerchuk, how we do the audio branding and video branding, how he actually kind of keeps his feed and everything in a perfect sense. So I do audio branding as well. How Gary Vee has a sound, specific to him. I do that with a partner of them. So in case any of you want my help, you can just leave in the comments or contact me. That's totally if you want. And the final point is use presets, because as entrepreneurs, as Scott was saying, that is that if you're an entrepreneur, you will have to use your time pre-schedule really a lot. So Filmora and Motionary, they have templates. They have tons and tons of templates. So what you can simply do is just download that and use preset. Don't go overboard and download Adobe Premiere Pro and I'm going to learn and everything and stuff. I don't know. People actually listen to more on content these days than actually on the other stuff, because audio on podcast is actually really really rising and video is extremely rising in this current situation itself. So these are the things. And sorry, I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. It's just that I have done
Good.
a lot of sorry, a lot of seminars on my college days and in my things. And this is, I don't know, I get too enthusiastic when I'm talking stuff
Good,
that I
man.
like.
You're doing good. Don't apologize.
Thanks, man. So this is a final thing. No, this will be kind of dilemma that everyone should have. Everyone will obviously have, is that should I hire or self-learn? Now, if you're someone who, like I said, who has money and don't have the time for it, obviously you should hire. Because if you don't have time to do it, there's no point in learning again and doing stuff. Just because if you hire, if you give $10 to someone, you definitely can get around $20 to $35 in return if you're really something that's actually valuable. But if you're not, you don't have the money but you have the time, you have the money and you still have time and want to learn something new, just self-learn. Because at the end of the day, all you need is that you should stay productive. Because around actually I think it was 2019. I don't know if you guys know Russell Brunson. He's actually the founder of clickfunnels.com. So sorry. So what he actually said to Tony Robbins is that I am kind of working a lot with the legal rights and stuff. So what happens is my creativity and my productivity is kind of reduced, because if you deal with the legal stuff a lot, accounts and laws and everything and all, your creativity and productivity will be blocked, because that's actually something that's already been fixed. There is no something new to do it. So what Tony Robbins said is that you should hire a chairman and you should just create content on the side. Because if you do that, you can still stay in the productive lane and you can still manage your company as well. So that's my simple advice to you. Just don't let your productivity go down. If you do that, you definitely can't even encourage your teammates. You definitely can't even do that. Because I will be honest, I'm actually 21 right now, and I have changed 5 schools, and I know tons of people. So for one thing, I know that I've learned from my past, every single year, is that it's really important to motivate people. It's really really important. If you don't know that, trust me, not in a single work you can extract from anyone, even if it's for their own good, you can't. So the final slide is for you, Scott. So thank you so much for watching the slides, and especially to Scott, because this is actually really huge for me, because I'm kind of putting on my WhatsApp, personal stuff, like 2 to 3 times a day, saying that I'm going to speak in an international conference. Hey, I'm going to do that. So I don't know, it's a big thing for me. So thank you so much. So if you guys have any questions, just go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is great stuff there. And so part of the reason I wanted to bring you on is not only, hey, are you doing a good stuff, you're taking the time. I always love helping people get their kind of first speaking gig and things like that, because we all start somewhere. And you and I had such a great conversation on the podcast, and from checking out all the stuff that you did online and what you're doing for other people. Here's the biggest thing I want to ask you. If you're working with people from different parts of the world and parts of the country, especially to edit things, how important is that constant communication when hiring an assistant or somebody to do it for you, to hire it out versus trying to do it yourself?
Well, I think it's kind of a dilemma actually, because sometimes when you find people outside, and it's really actually hard to communicate with them, because I worked with people from Canada, from US, from Singapore, from Malaysia, from Netherlands, from Ireland. I've literally worked from people everywhere. So in case if you want to hire someone else to do that, you should actually know whether it's possible for you to communicate the information which you get from the client. If you don't, even for a single second, you are having a second thought that I can't, don't do it. Because if you are a pillar to something, I mean, like if you're a bridge, it's actually really hard to do that. I mean, like imagine if you are a marriage counselor for someone. how hard it is in order to convince them to stay in marriage. It will be something like that. So yeah, I think that's actually really a hard thing in order to hire. But if you're doing it yourself, the only thing you should have is respect. If you have that, because like there was this quote from this animation movie, no dreamer is too big, and no dream is too big, no dreamer is too small, I think so. It's from racing, the snail movie Turbo, I think. Yeah,
Turbo,
it's that.
yes, very much
Yeah,
so, yes.
yeah, so it's like that. So if you're starting small, or if you're a big guy is coming to you, and it should be according to that. And if like you don't want to work with that person, don't. Because it is obviously to see is that if someone texting you like, hey Jeffrey, I want to do something like this, are you interested? That's okay. If someone sends you a text like, I'm looking for a YouTube video editor, please don't. Avoid that, because he's not actually looking for human connection. He's just wanting you to edit video. So he won't ask for your opinion, because you are the expert in that. If you're a video editor, you are expert in that field. So that should be a little bit of opinion asking. I mean, implementing is the other thing, but asking it, I think, is really good too. Yeah, that's my point on that.
Good stuff. Now you're working with, like you said, multiple people in multiple countries. What's the best way if some of our listeners want to hire you to do some of their stuff? What's the best way for people to reach out to you, to put you to work in video or other social media or Instagram or Pinterest or whatever you're doing?
Well, actually, you can just Google me. Actually, if you just Google, Jeffrey Boopathy, actually my full name, or JB Digitally. If you just Google me, I have my website. I have my Fiverr. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, podcast. Literally anywhere I could get my hands on. So Fiverr is actually one of the most important things that I get clients. So that'll usually have my gigs. If you just put like audio branding, in case of example, or video editing, I'll pop up. But definitely I'll share the links in the comments if you want. So in case that's really, really great. Just Google me, I think so.
That's great. Yeah, well, and that's the point, is I wanted to bring somebody on here who not only knows what they're doing, but can be a value-added resource for our listeners, for people taking part in social media. Because I think we've all talked about before, it depends. If you don't have the time, not doing something hurts you. And if you're doing a side hustle or doing some sort of pivoting or adding something to your 9 to 5, as we're all kind of staying home. And you guys in India have been hit very hard by the coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, we've been on lockdown around for 5 months actually, and tons of people have lost their job. So one thing I've learned, before taking on to a full-time job, 9 to 5 job, actually, one thing I learned is that always have at least one extra stream of income. No matter how small it is, let it be like just $100 a month or 200, no matter how small it is. If you have that one current, stream of income on the side, it will be really useful. Because there are people who texted me like, do you know anyone who can hire me on stuff like that? I did my best to help them, but still I kind of really get sad, because I don't even know whether I'm going to get a job right now, because I don't know that. But that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of doing everything in my strength to get people out there, just help them out. I think, mostly instead of saying that I just want to do business, I think I just want to use the word help. I just want to help the people. Of course, I get paid for it because I can do more help on that. So yeah, I think that's the thing.
That's good. I love that. That's true. And listen, you got a big heart, man. And that's the thing about working with entrepreneurs. You got to be passionate about what you're doing, enjoy what you're doing. And that's like you said, if you have any doubts, then just don't work it. But you got to realize you went pretty deep to find that photo of me. I should have sent you my headshot versus saying, hey, just use anything.
Yeah, you actually mentioned, you just said that use any graphic.
Use any graphic in my Facebook, anything. I did say that.
I remember that.
You're like, oh yeah, I found some good stuff. Oh, that's funny. That is hilarious. Yeah, what questions do you have for Jeffrey from those that are watching here or on Facebook? We got some people. Oh, we got somebody sending me a message here. All right. Let's see. No, let's see here. It's a different one there. You're working with people with video and all sorts of social media out there. As I see our next guest, Miss Stephanie's getting there. Hey, how's it going? But what's the website again? What's the website for people to connect with you, Jeffrey?
jbdigitally.com.
Can you type that in the chat roll so I'll save that or share it with everybody?
Yeah, sure. Done.
Perfect. And then, oh yeah, there we go. I'm going to copy that over so everybody's got that. Oh yeah, jbdigitally.com. Okay, I couldn't understand it there. There we go. Good stuff there for you. Yeah, he does a great work, everybody. You saw the things that he's doing. And he's got a sense of humor, which we all love, which is the big thing. So
Thanks for that. I'll take this as a compliment.
No problem. Jeffrey, thank you so much for joining. I know it's late at night there in southern India, but thank you so much for coming on, doing a great job. We look forward to hanging out with you sometime in the near future, putting you to work on some things. All righty?
Definitely, man. And thanks, guys, for who is listening to this. And thank you, my man. Seriously, thanks a ton. Okay, for doing this. It really means a lot. And if, guys, if any one of you need any help in that, just let me know, and I'll look forward to it.
Yeah, and as always, go check out the Teen Whisperer podcast. He's got some great folks on there as well. Yours truly in a couple weeks, but you got some Joe Pardo and some of our fellow podcasting friends out there and marketers. And did Tracy ever get back with you? Did Tracy Hazard get back with you?
No, not yet. I think so. Maybe she's busy. I think so. But I'll
busy. I will make sure and follow. Her husband's speaking later today. So. All right, Jeffrey. We'll see you later, buddy.
Sure, man. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Let's 1 second here.